That's seen better days. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Hope you had a happy new year. We're going to work on a few things in the shop today, mostly because I am not in the mood to be cold, and it's just now January and I'm already tired of it. But I brought in we have plenty to work on, don't worry. I brought in the horn. We're going to see if we can get a beep beep out of that. I don't know about that. And then I brought in that frame horn piece we need to rebuild. I got to cut this apart and kind of figure out how it's put together from the factory. Check that out though. Isn't that nice? That might have been what caused its demise. All that sand and garbage that's up in there. So I got to take this apart and kind of figure out how they've got that built. And then I also brought in the steering column that we pulled out the last time, so we'll start on cleaning that up. So I think that'll get us a good start. Just getting this apart will take some time. And then if we can get this piece built and get that ready to go out on the bus, that'll save me some cold time working out there. So that's kind of why I'm in here. Indiana. It'll be 70 by next week. Let's get busy. I kind of went around with a wire wheel. I tried to pull, these have the screws on them right there that you're supposed to be able to back out, and the wire goes in up here. So the wire came in like so, but it, was so degraded and broken down and rusted that I couldn't get it out of there. These look like they're copper or brass, but I'm gonna have to drill them out to see if we can save it or not, but it may not be worth saving. There's still some wire stuck in them. May not be worth saving. I don't know if the horn's going to work or not. So I've got it cleaned off, I think, enough where we can get good enough contact to try it. And it doesn't matter which side's which on this. I have a 6-volt battery sitting kind of right down there. And I keep it on a charger at all times right back here. And that's one of those really good chargers that won't let you overcharge it, and if you hook it up wrong, it won't charge. It won't ruin whatever your system you're hooking it up to. So really good chargers, and they're super cheap at Harbor Freight, $20. But I keep it on the 6-volt battery that's running right down here. So I've got a lead coming off of the 6-volt battery for the positive and negative. We'll just see if we can get a beep beep on the horn. I'm not real hopeful on that. We'll make sure we're not. Try to get the best contact we can get. I mean, we're touching good metal there, but again, not super hopeful. My lead isn't very long. I have enough room to scooch over a little bit. Let's see. Need to make some longer leads off of that. Or get a jump pack that'll do 6 volts. Nothing. Are we getting 6 volts? We have 6 volts coming in. Let's see. Yep. So we got nothing on that. Let's see if we can get it apart though. I don't know about those. I'm probably gonna have to cut those off. I just kind of want to know what the inside looks like. And these may not be making contact all the way in. They're pretty corroded. Let's see if we can get it apart. What do you say? I tried a couple of these just real quick before I flip the camera on, but I am not real hopeful any of those are going to work. No. Let me see if I can get a cut wheel, and we'll just cut those off. Might be able to drill them out from the backside. Maybe? That might work. Got kind of a mess going on the countertop here, but I just put that in a vise and ground off each of those so that maybe we can pop that off of there and see what we see. Let's see, should we put it back in the vise and beat gently around? I don't know. The challenge when dealing with old rusty stuff, you know? Just trying to get it to kind of cooperate. Do what you want it to do. I don't know, this may be seized up. And yes, I know I can go on a website and I can buy a new horn. I can do better than that. I can drive 15 minutes or so to my parents' place and I can get one of these. Because my dad, I'm sure, has one in our collection. But why would I do that? That'd be the easy way. It's doing something. There we go. That's nice and crispy. There's still some original black paint. Evict that little critter. That piece isn't seized though. Oh, there we go. Still looks pretty good inside. I'm shocked. What do we think? That's a little corroded there, but... So if we trace that, it's a little corroded on that one. So... Maybe if we try and go right here. Looks pretty good inside. I think it'll work. Let me clean those up a little bit and see if we can get power to it. And I know we're not... This is the part that we need it to vibrate though. Yeah, let me clean that up a little bit, see what we can do. I kind of spent some time cleaning. I took these screws out, these two here, which then allowed me to take out, so that's what these little guys were attached to. And I tried to drill out one of those, and apparently that is just like a Bakelite coated in, dipped in copper or something, because that just crumbled to bits. So don't do that. That was a bad idea. So what I have done is just run the screw back through, and then I removed the plastic piece that was on the backside. And for now, we're just gonna run a nut down on that. It's not a big deal, but kind of bummed that I broke one. Yeah, I think it's just like a Bakelite. I don't know if you can see that or not, but just a Bakelite kind of dipped in that stuff. It's kind of like a clay. It definitely is not metal all the way through. So let's see now if we can get a beep beep on these two screws on the back. I think it's at least clean. Of course, it's not gonna really beep because we've got what makes it beep. We can stick that back on there. So now let me hook the, almost dropped it. Hook the leads up here. We'll put this piece, I took the wire wheel to this and there's a rust hole. So once I go to weld that up, it'll blow out probably this whole section, but let's see, this can only go in either that way or that way. Yes. Is it the same on both sides? I have no idea which way I took that out. Okay, it has to go this way. I think. Can it line up somewhere close to here? There we go. Alright, let's see what we get. Now I gotta have something to hold that together. Set it down like that, maybe? That might work. Alright, let's see what we get here. Probably a whole lot enough. And I didn't clean too much garbage off of there, but... Nope. I was digging around a little more on this, and I didn't take out this screw that was right here. I didn't take it completely out. And underneath, and you're not going to be able to see that, let me get a pointer. There is a little set of contacts. So right there, almost like a set of points. I don't know if you can see that or not. But this piece loops down and under and touched that little contact, and you can see they're kind of corroded over. So I'm going to try cleaning that up and put it back together and see what we get. Probably nothing, but doesn't hurt to try. Got it down this far. Just going to take a little steel wool. Would not be something if that's all it was. And there's definitely some buildup on them. Need a nail file. Little emery boards work great for this kind of stuff. It's the only time I use a nail file. Certainly don't use it on my nails. Yeah, let me get that cleaned up and we'll reassemble and see what we get. I cleaned that off with a little bit of steel wool, but I'm going to go ahead and clean it off with this emery board too. Put a little bend in it. Yeah, see, that's still got some funk on it. Let me work on that. Put her back together, and then we'll see if it goes beep beep. Still seeing a little bit of a spot on it, but I got most of it cleaned off. A little bit of a black spot on the back side, but looks a lot better than it did. Yeah, I think we might give it a whirl now. Okay, let's put it back together. That little guy. Then this goes in on that. Get my light over here. May have to put that in after I get that back in there. That goes in there. Like so. Might as well go ahead and clean that up too while I've got it out. And then I left this in order of how it goes back in there. I knew I probably wouldn't remember. That screw is a little bit rusty as well. Go ahead and take care of that. Can't see nothing. Can't see nothing. I always say if I ever build a house, it's gonna light up like Vegas. This house is so dark. We lined up in there? Oh yeah. This was pretty snug when I took it out, so we'll just put it back pretty snug. That's a torque setting, you know. Pretty snug. Okay. Now let's see what we get. Did put that all back in there on that side, didn't I? Yeah, it's all back in. See if we can make anything happen. And it's not going to go a true beep beep because I don't have this on there if it does anything at all. We are still hooked up down here, so let me put a lead here. I'm going to shut my light off over here. And got my wires all tangled here. Alright, see if we get anything. Ah! Fixed! Kind of. You gunky. I can't believe that was all that was. Yeah. Is that all we get? Kind of. It's trying. I'm trying to hold this kind of... Unfortunately, where I'm holding this on, I'm catching all the vibration on my fingers, so we can't get it to beep. Let's see if I can go like that, maybe. Nope. We got something. Yeah. Cool. Well, that is encouraging. I need to go around now and drill all of those out. And then I'm going to try and expose this adjuster screw to where maybe we can adjust it. I can get some Freol on the inside. But for right now, I don't think it's going to need to be adjusted. I mean, let's face it, it was in the car, probably working when the car got parked. But I would like to kind of take this apart and clean it if we can a little bit. Clean these two pieces up, wire wheel them really well, and then I'll probably just put some oil on it rather than spray painting it and try to make it look new, because the whole point of this build, for me anyway, is to try and see if we can bring it back with what we've got to work with. So let me go ahead and drill those out. We'll try to assemble a functioning horn that actually sounds like a horn instead of just a vibration. Yep. Give it a whirl. VW bus guy said, send it to me. It's an improvement to what I have. It's an upgrade to what I have, I think is what he said. Yeah. I was going to drill those out. I thought I might as well try a pair of vice grips first. And I got two of them to come out pretty easily. Just put a little bit of Freol on there and let it sit for about 15 minutes. Tried them first and I couldn't get them to budge. Yeah, twisted that one off. Of course, the first one I put on camera. Keeps it interesting. Try tightening it first. Yeah. Not gonna be as lucky on the rest of them. Oh, I get that one. I might have get that one. Yeah, good deal. Might be able to get that other one. I don't know if I can get a enough of a bite on it or not. Yeah, those came out a lot easier than I thought they would have. I just gotta find something that is that thread. Put this thing back together. All but one. It's always the way it is, isn't it? All right, you're coming out. I've kind of wire wheeled it. I've got it sitting up in a vise, and we're just gonna see what we can do with it. May not sound any better. Oh, a little bit. Kind of a horn. Sounds about like the whole project looks, huh? Oh, that's funny. Might be able to adjust it a little bit, though. I can hear it vibrating in there. I've got it pretty tight. I'm wondering if that... Oh, we got this screw backing out. Maybe that was it. Did I get that one tight? This is all I had for screws that would fit. That's probably the one that I had to re-thread. Backing out. Maybe that was it. These other ones are tight. Just didn't get that one tight, I guess. Let's try again. A little better. Might be able to adjust that just a little bit on the back. Not too bad, right? So on the back, there's a little adjuster screw right there. And I did, when I had it apart, I got that broke free where it will adjust. It kind of feels like it's too loose to me. So, because it's like more vibraty than it should be. Vibraty, is that a word? So I'm going to tighten it a couple clicks. And the screw has it kind of has a stop, like a catch. So it kind of jolts. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of jolts with each turn and locks into place so that it doesn't actually, when you're honking the horn, vibrate itself loose. Let's try that. I tighten it up just a couple turns. Thought maybe if I put it in a vise, we would get kind of what it was like on the car, maybe. Let's see. The camera is kind of close, isn't it? That a little better? User error. Kind of a horn. There we go. Well, it sounds about like the bus looks, so I'd say it's probably pretty fitting. It works! It works! I can't believe it works. How cool is that? So I'll go over and I'll probably change... I don't know if I'll change these screws out or not. I'd like to just put flat heads like it had in it back in it because I think that looks more period correct. But these are black, so they don't really show that bad. But I'll go and I'm going to take it back apart and oil all the pieces inside. And by oil, I mean boiled linseed oil. I'll just coat it with boiled linseed oil, so that it doesn't rust any further than it already has. But how cool is that? Oh. Oh man, who would have thought I'd had so much fun playing with a rusty old car horn? Okay, I gotta quit. Kind of sounds like a car horn. Or a dying cow. One of the two. Okay, I'm gonna try turning it one more time. Because I'm just having too much fun. It's like tuning a piano. Oh, man. I think it was better before. Because when it starts that stuttering, you know you're off. Ah, but can it play Jingle Bells? Well, Pickle now has a voice. Even if it does sound as sick as the whole project is, but it works. Well, you know, I couldn't just leave that alone. I played with it a little bit more, and it's a little bit higher pitch, and I don't like it as well. So I'm going to back it off a couple. I like the better as a lower tone, but it's probably about as good as we're going to get. It was louder as a lower tone, too. I don't have a decibel reader here. That's pretty loud right there. All right. Now I'm done for a while with that. I'm happy with that. Let's move on to the next rusty bit. Well, guys and gals, the more I dig into that, the more I realize that this is a lost cause on this piece. It is so corroded in there. We're starting to see the separation where it's kind of wrapped around. I'm starting to separate it out. But there's so much corrosion on it already that if I get that out of there, and even if I still grind away everything, I think we're just kind of losing some integrity on it. I don't want to whittle so much away that there's nothing good there, especially when I have one of these sitting in the carport off of another vehicle. So it seems kind of pointless to keep chipping away at that. Kind of wanted to see what was inside, though. Now we know. Yeah. There's not much of that one left. Yeah. Bummer, dude. Oh well. No big deal. Oh, the horn, I haven't oiled it yet, but that's what came out of the inside of the horn. I got to get a seal from Dad. There's a seal that goes between these two layers. I want to put that back in there, and I want to weld that little spot that was kind of blown out. And then I think he said he had a couple of these, so I can maybe get some better ones of those from him. If not, it's not a big deal. I can just use bolts like I did. So I'm going to stop on that one for now because I want the seal and everything when I put it back together when I oil it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to sign off for this one. And we'll catch you on the next one. We're outside wrenching and welding on old Pickle the Bus. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.